Hey, hey, what it do? It's your boy Haywire. Welcome to the We Have the Power podcast. Today I'm doing another reaction video. This one is to the video that we did called Do You Get It? I wanted to do a reaction video on that for the simple fact that that video stood out to me when we put that little compilation together. For the reason being that, first of all, I like Elon Musk. So that was not a dig at my boy Elon. I am an Elon Musk fan. I do respect him highly for his entrepreneurship and his intelligence and all the great achievements that he has made as an individual. Definitely stand behind him 100%. However, you got to listen to people and you got to be able to read between the lines when you hear people talking to you. So I made that little video from another video where it was a little interview of his and he decided to make a statement. Anyway, with no further ado, let's dig in.
How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the Blue Planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
Right there. Our boy Elon Musk said out of his own mouth, you can tell that it's real because it looks so fake. Let's read the definition of reality. The world or the state of things as they actually exist, as opposed to an idealistic or notional idea of them. And then let's look at fake. Fake, not genuine, counterfeit, a forgery, or a sham. Ain't no way somebody's gonna look me in my face and tell me, condition me actually, to believe something by telling me you can tell that it's real because it looks so fake. My word, that really stood out to me.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. Like, we'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. Off. No Falcon Heavy.
All we got to see was a flash of light, and then the next thing was this vehicle with a fake astronaut sitting in the chair or in the car seat out in outer space. I'm not going to get into my view of the outer space part just yet, but I just wanted to focus on checking it out and letting people see for themselves what looked fake, so it had to be real. Everybody's excited. Okay, so this is the vehicle that is floating around, that was floating around in outer space when Elon shot his vehicle with a fake astronaut in outer space. One thing I noticed is that it's always a good angle of the round Earth in the background. Uh, I think I might see a few stars after people start complaining about not seeing stars in footage of space. I think they started actually making sure we can see some every now and again. But Yeah, that's the car that was floating around in our orbit. And you could tell that it's real, y'all, because it was looking so fake. I'm not even sure where the camera was that was getting that angle, those angles. Because when I looked, I didn't see any cameras on the car itself. But I mean, who am I to say?
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Absolutely. Now, here we go with the Batman scene. Now, I can't believe how fake this shark looks. I mean, back when I first saw it, that was the first thing that popped in my head was that shark looked fake as hell. And now, according to today's standards, I should be able to look at this shark that's biting Batman, and I should be able to rationalize that it's real because it looks so fake. Let's take a look.
Holy sardine!
Ain't that just the fakest shark you ever seen in your life, y'all? But you can tell that it's real, right?
Hand me down the shark repellent bat spray.
Somebody help me. He actually had some shark repellent bat spray. I mean, but back in the day, they was just trying to make everything batsy, so they called it shark repellent bat spray. But that ain't even the kicker. Watch what this shark repellent bat spray does to this shark that we know damn well is real because it looks so fake. Have you ever seen have you ever seen anything as ludicrous in your life as Batman spraying that shark with some shark repellent? Not shark destruction, shark repellent back spray. And it sprays the shark and it fell down in the water and exploded. Somebody help me. But according to my boy,
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
I know I'm reaching with this one, but I hope people have seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space. If you haven't, I definitely recommend that cult classic. That movie was over the top, just like the title would indicate, and it was absolutely fantastic. I mean, looking at it now is just hilarious. You would absolutely love it unless you are clown sensitive or have a fear of clowns or clown phobia or whatever the politically correct way to say things now. I have no idea. I don't even know anymore. And sometimes I'm at the point where I'm not even caring.
Look, climb right there. There he is. I told you. Get up there, shoot him. Get him, Dave. Kill him. Come on, check this out. Holy shit!
You could tell that it was real because that shadow on the wall. We're not even going to talk about the killer clown because it's an alien, so I'm not going to get on how it looked and how the people was just unaffected by the way this clown was looking. My point was that he made the shadows on the wall, and then when he made the T-Rex shadow or whatever that was, it actually came off the wall and chomped these people in a group. And we was just supposed to take that as that looked real. I mean, that looked fake, so we know it was real. We know that shadow came down and bit and chomped those people all in one group. Let's proceed.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
Okay, as a diehard Godzilla fan and a fan of all the kaiju monsters, I gotta say, it wasn't even about the Godzilla looking fake, y'all. It was the King Kong. That was the absolute worst depiction of King Kong I ever seen in my entire life. I don't even know what that was supposed to be, but that was the fakest thing I ever seen in my life. But according to our boy, I remember when I was a kid and I used to love watching Godzilla movies, and I would tell my mom, I would go, Mama, I like Godzilla. And as a child, you have a different outlook on things. And I think your imagination even kind of helps take you there. But I remember watching Godzilla. I just knew it was real. I knew the story was real. He looked real. Even for me back as a child, he looked real to me. I mean, the rubber skin kind of made it look like he was lifelike. And it made me feel like that was just his skin because he lived underwater and his skin is just all saggy and wrinkly and rubbery looking. But I remember saying, Mama, I thought Godzilla was real and everything. And I can look, if my mama was alive today, I would be able to look at her and say, Mama, I told you Godzilla was real. And you know how you could tell that Godzilla is real? This dude took a tree and tried to jam it in Godzilla's mouth. I guess in an attempt to stop him from blowing the fire over there, which for some reason, if you watch the old clip of Godzilla versus Kong in its entirety, well, actually, just go to the fight scene at the end. But Godzilla really wasn't too good with that. I mean, I've seen him destroy and fight countless beasts and use that as his finishing move or as his special move. And it has never been just shot at the ground in front of the person. Or I guess Godzilla was afraid to let King Kong get close to him, so he was shooting it at the ground instead of like, blasting his head off with it. did he just body slam Godzilla? And I mean, I know he's strong and everything, y'all, but as a Godzilla fanboy, I'm all pro Godzilla and not Kong, although I do like Kong too in respect to being a kaiju, but it was just like the Freddy versus Jason thing. It wasn't nothing you could tell me to make me think that Jason Voorhees can whoop Freddy Krueger, other than him being a zombie. But this right here, I just didn't like seeing Godzilla just being manhandled like that and just simply flipped over and body slammed to the ground. That's all I wanted to say. Might I add, for a spoiler alert, so for some reason King Kong gets zapped by lightning, and then all of a sudden he has electrical punches or power flowing through his fist or body. So now Godzilla is actually getting electrocuted by touching King Kong in a physical altercation that looks so real, that looks so fake that we could tell that it's real. I never understood them with the tearing down the house part. I guess that was them trying to show off their dominance to say I destroy things and he says I can destroy things too. Or because I don't understand why they didn't just go around the house. I don't understand why Godzilla didn't just zap it and blow it up. I'm still mad that Godzilla was shooting at the ground and allowed Kong to get over there up close to him anyway, instead of, blasting his head off. Okay, I'll take that back because I guess people will say that's violent. Blasting a hole through his chest.
You can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly.
There you have it. You could tell that it's real because it looks so fake.
I mean, yeah, you can tell that it's real because of how fake it looks. I mean, that's how you judge how realistic something is because how fake it looks. Everything that is real looks fake. And so that must also mean that everything that is fake looks real. It's one of those weird opposite fucking things that I don't know. We just like to have fun around here. It's just another day at the office.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Do you get it? If you want to watch the whole video in its entirety without me stopping and cutting into the video with my commentary, do go and check it out. It's called Do You Get It? It's another one of those videos that we have somewhere in our up under videos on our channel. And speaking of that, please do like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can get updated on all the new content that we put out. Like, share, and subscribe. Let somebody know. Hopefully there's something here for everybody. All right. Speaking on the video now, my view on it is I think it's a bunch of crap. I don't think that the car was shot up into outer space. I don't think that it was floating around there. I don't believe none of that. As a person who likes to have faith and believe that I'm a firm believer on the Word of God, I'm gonna go through a couple of scriptures with you, and from that, I guess you'll be able to see my stance on my view of what the world looks like. And it's nothing that I even dwell on. I mean, that's not a thriving quest in my life to find out if the earth is a spinning ball or if it's stationary or if it's flat, or and that's not my main focus in life. That's not my main objective. Some things, I mean, I just don't care or I just don't need to know. However, with the knowledge that was presented to me, both in a scientific and a biblical education, I do got to let some things be known, because for some reason, when you try to have these conversations with Christians and other believers, shall I say, the view of the earth is kind of different, and I don't understand why. Because if I'm hearing people say they stand on the word of God, yada, 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 and, they believe that God is all truth and almighty and all powerful, in which he is, I don't understand how they can lean more toward the scientific image or view of what the earth is. Biblically, earth is not a spinning ball. In Psalm 104, he set the earth in its foundations. It can never be moved. Psalm 93 verse 1, he fixed the earth immovable and firm. Revelation 7 verse 1, the Apostle John describes seeing 4 angels standing at the 4 corners of the earth, holding back the 4 winds of the earth. The angels' standing points would represent north, south, east, and west, and the 4 winds represent God's judgment. And there's other scriptures that you can go to and research to see what the Bible has to say about what the earth looks like. But just those scriptures there lets me know that it's stationary, it's not spinning. It lets me know that it cannot be moved. So we're not, as far as the Bible is concerned, right? Not only are we not spinning, we're not spinning around the sun and the sun being the center of the universe. When actually, if I'm not mistaken, the Bible itself says that the earth is the center of the universe, or something to that effect. I didn't research that portion when I was doing my research for facts to back up anything that was said as far as a biblical or spiritual standpoint on this subject. So if you find it, leave it in the comments. If that is not so, fact check me and let me know in the comments if that's something that not actually biblical knowledge or fact. In creation, God placed the stars in the firmament on the 4th day to separate light from darkness. We also have a local sun and moon to govern the day and night and to provide light for the earth. Now, I'm not going to get into the firmament discussion on this episode, as it really was a reaction video, and then I kind of went into why I felt like it was not real, or I can even say, well, it can be real, but I can't deny the power of God to say, how far above the surface of the earth would the firmament be? I mean, now, if you don't believe that, that's fine, but just imagine with me for a moment that there is one. We as people, normal people, everyday average people who have knowledge withheld from us so that we can never be at our full potential out here, because we all know that knowledge is power. We ourselves may not even imagine, like myself, I don't care. That's not something that I roam around thinking about, like, oh, I wonder, if the firmament is real, or I wonder if, now I do say when we have these conversations anyway, that I don't believe that we're going to other planets and everything, and there's still sections of the ocean and on our planet's surface that are still yet to be discovered. That to me is just absurd to say you landed something on Mars, but then when I watch the Discovery Channel or Nat Geo or something like that, they're telling me that this 30% of this or 60% of that is still not charted or not discovered and all things of that nature. And we're not even going to get on what information could be held from us about the whole Antarctica thing. But the sun and the moon being local, you know, if he set the sun and the moon in the firmament or underneath the firmament, however you want to look at it, it definitely didn't say he set it outside the firmament. So therefore, that is telling me that the sun and the moon, according to scripture, are lights in the sky. It didn't say anything about them being physical or tangible for us to be able to land something on it and parade around. It did not say that it was light years away and things of that nature. So if we're going to go with biblical truth, then the sun and the moon are local, and they are here to provide us and govern between day and night. And as for the outer space part, the heavens are described as being stretched out like a tent, with the beams of God's upper chambers resting on the waters. The waters portion of this, I'm going to also discuss in a later video about the waters that are above the firmament that's between us and the throne of God. That'll be a whole nother situation if I even tackle that one. I mean, the main argument that I probably can see being posed is that, well, Bible is written by man, and so, you know, it can be altered and all that. Yeah, I understand that. I get that too. However, when you begin to read it and you find spiritual understanding and that connection in your relationship, I think you can definitely have faith in the things that manifest for you that can relate to your reality or your universe, you know, your outlook on life itself. I've always wondered why when they show me outer space and there's something flying around in orbit, I never understand why I never can see those humongous space stations that are floating around. Like, I've never seen one in footage with a rocket that was flown up somewhere. Like, I didn't see one in the footage with the car floating around. When I looked at that video, I never saw a space station. I never saw satellites that are floating around. I never saw space debris. I never saw other countries that may have shot a rocket or had a space station floating around in orbit. Nowhere in any footage of outer space that I've witnessed it with my own two eyes. I'm not saying it may be some out there, but I haven't come across them yet. So I don't feel that we ever left the earth. I feel that there is a firmament in place, but I just don't know how far it is from the surface of the ground, because it could be very vast. Like, it can be thousands of miles from the surface of the ground, where when they go up so high, before they reach the limit that we are given, that it appears that they're in outer space because they are that far up from the surface of the ground, like the surface of the earth, that God blessed us with that much space. Because in the Bible, it also references the skies as the heavens. So that area up there where we as humans cannot breathe without having some type of mechanics involved. Let's get into that on another episode as well. But let me know what you think. Not really here to have a spat over flat earther and all that kind of stuff. But I was just saying that as far as standing on the word of God, that it doesn't say that the earth is a spinning ball. It doesn't say that we're spinning around the sun and other planets in orbit. And I believe that it's not. You know, I really don't believe that we're spinning around and doing all that. I mean, there's videos out there where people get really philosophical about it, and some people, especially since technology has taken over and we are exposed to having more information given. However, you have to use proper judgment in the information that you take in as factual just because you saw it on social media. I mean, you know, we have to always remember that it is the World Wide Web, and the World Wide Web can definitely mean a web of deception. But there are good people out there who actually put truth and information that will expand our knowledge. And sometimes it's just good information to know so you can grow as a person, grow your mindset, and all sorts of things out there. The moon and the sun being local. So, you know, if I'm feeling like that, I definitely don't agree with the moon landing, obviously. I think all that's part of the grand deception. And when I mean grand deception in my universe, I don't mean like the grand deception of what the end times talks about. I'm saying the grand deception on humanity, where anything that God says is true, the author of confusion and the father of lies definitely has his ministry and minions to go about and confuse mankind and always say that we as man are superior to or doesn't require or has more knowledge than our creator. And I don't agree with that. I don't support that, but it's definitely a fact that if God is saying that this is how he created the earth, the sun, the moon, and the stars, and what their location is for us to have this knowledge as mankind, it would only make sense to me that the devil would start a ministry to say that the Bible is a lie and this is what it is. I mean, all the way down to it having to spin and then not be the center of the universe, but revolve around something else that's greater than us. And we're getting all this technology to fly out to these uncharted regions and haven't even discovered everything that's beneath our feet or in our own backyards. But I mean, people are entitled to believe what they want to believe, but I just feel like those are definitely things that people should think about, especially people who are of the Christian faith. I mean, even the Quran speaks of a firmament and it being decorated with stars. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the Christian Bible depiction of what Earth is and what's there to keep us from floating out into outer space or having the waters that are above flood us out, because we was already promised that the earth wouldn't be destroyed again with water. I hope everybody has a safe, wonderful, and prosperous day, night, evening, travels, rest, whatever position that you find yourself in when you watch this video. Again, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We're trying to exhibit different types of content so that different people can be comfortable to come to our platform and get something from any of the content that we put out. I just want to believe that there's always something there for anyone, whether they're saved or not, whether they agree politically or not, you know, any of the divisive things that can keep us from loving one another. I want to always believe that this platform will have something for everybody. That's pretty much it. I'll just wrap it up by saying that don't let people gaslight you. Don't let people manipulate you. As Christians, we're even told not to allow ourselves to be manipulated. We got to stand firm, man. I just don't agree with somebody trying to gaslight the masses. Even though I love him, he's a great man, but I just don't agree with you gaslighting the masses by saying you could tell that something's real by how fake it looks. That's just an outrage. That is just I can't even put words on how that whole thing is just making me look at how and why people act the way they do. They believe what they believe. You have people that are sending subliminal messages out to control the masses, and it's usually a celebrity or somebody of an elite stature or popularity. Those are the ones who they'll use to manipulate the masses. But people, don't let Hollywood or elite people or anybody like that try to brainwash you into believing that if you see something fake, really, really, really looks fake, then it's real. In turn, that means he was saying the stuff that you see that's real, it must be fake. Wow. Thanks for watching the show. Hopefully I can find some more content and do some reaction videos too. I think that's pretty fun. Keep a lookout for other content that's going forth with We Have the Power podcast. Also be on the lookout for new episodes of Gone Ballistic and some of the playlists that we have for the independent artists out here for you to discover. And if you find something that you can relate to or that moves you, definitely support those independent artists. The mega stars that you see today, we assume, started out as an independent artist at one point. Some of those people, started out just like we did, with a dream, with a vision, with a calling, and they stepped out on faith and went forward, and then they became, hopefully, they became who they wound up being because of their hard work, determination, talents, and faith. Well, y'all have a good one. Always remember you are uniquely, beautifully, and wonderfully made. And most importantly, we have the power. Oh, yeah.